Welcome back to Real Phonies, where we take a love for movies and television and combine it with very little knowledge about movies and television. I'm your host, Christian. Joined with me, as always, are my co-hosts, Joseph.
Hello.
And Jehu. We took a couple weeks off. I had a death in the family. You guys were very kind and generous and let me, I guess, control it. You could have done it without me. I wouldn't have cared at all.
This podcast is the least important thing in all of our lives. I hope it's true.
Yeah. Well, I hope it's the least important thing in all of our listeners. No, I hope it's the most important.
Also, the one time me and Joseph were alone, it turned like way too Sorkin. We just started talking really quickly to each other, so I don't know if that would make a good podcast.
I mean, Sorkin keeps making those movies.
That's true.
That is true.
So we're going to do some news. We were going to do an episode on a movie that's no longer relevant.
I know. I feel like you almost would have led us nicely into that with your transition, her, but no, it's not. It's okay. Adam Fried, it's better than Transformers.
Yeah, I would agree with that. That's about as much as we need to cover.
I think
that
so.
movie.
Yeah.
So first thing, I guess this was kind of one of the bigger stories over the last month or so. They're making actually, you know what? I wonder if this is still going to happen. An I Am Legend sequel with Will Smith. Will Smith coming back and Michael B. Jordan. What's interesting to me, I don't know if you guys remember this, Will Smith dies in the theatrical cut,
Right.
but the alternate ending, he survives.
Yeah. Right.
So are we now saying that's canon?
I don't think anybody remembers enough for it to matter. If
I mean, that movie was pretty huge.
No, for sure, but I just mean, like, I don't think anybody would be like, what? If like, in the first 2 minutes, it's just Will Smith and he's there and he's survived, you're like, okay, well, this is just the movie now. You know, like, maybe there's some kind of deep cut, like, wiki that, like, one person's maintained for 10 years that really cares about the continuity, but who gives a shit? You know, like, Will Smith and Michael B. Jordan are in it.
Right.
Do you guys like this movie?
I like this movie.
I think I liked it. I was just arguing with Joseph that people remember this movie, but I don't really remember this movie.
I like 3/4 of this movie.
I didn't like this movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's one of the things that I'm like, it's too different from the source material.
Right, yeah. You can't, they're apples and oranges. They're not even telling remotely the same story.
Yeah, I know, and it bugs me.
Yeah.
But sure, whatever.
I mean, the source material is sci-fi with something to say, and the movie is a Will Smith action movie.
I think I was for sure it's Will Smith action movie. I just think I just love the ending of that story so much. Like, I still very vividly remember how that, I wouldn't even call it a book because it's like small,
right?
But and it just you can't do it with the story they tell in the film and whatever. Cool. I like Michael B. Jordan. I'll watch anything that.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, we should talk about Will Smith, I guess.
If you want
we're on the topic.
It's already no longer culturally relevant.
No, it's super annoying.
I don't know if it isn't. I still have not. I'm not even on social media, and it seems like there's no pause in talking about this shit.
I just think, I think we've run out of new takes on it.
Yes.
At this point.
The Oscars happened this past weekend. I mean, the most exciting thing about it, which you've heard ad nauseum, is that Chris Rock told a dumb joke about Will Smith's wife, Jada Pinkett Smith. He got mad. He didn't actually get mad. He laughed at the joke. She got mad.
Right.
And then he got up, slapped Chris Rock, told her to keep her fucking name out of his mouth, which is hilarious to me.
Right.
Sat back down, kept going with the show, and then proceeded to win Best Actor.
In like 20 minutes.
It's an incredible sequence of events, and the only time the Oscars have been relevant in years.
Well, first of all, I wish if he was going to get slapped, I wish Chris Rock would have got slapped for a better joke.
That's my problem.
That's a pretty hacky joke.
I mean, that's what he said, too.
Yeah. And I almost feel like maybe he was trying to do her a solid. Like, he had made fun of her the last time he did the Oscars. And, Jada's not that relevant, you know, but he thought, I'll throw her a bone and make this little joke. He claims he didn't even know about the alopecia. You said nobody has any new takes on this? I've got a new take.
Okay.
I don't think she has alopecia.
Okay.
Oh,
I think she's just going bald.
Okay.
Yeah, because the thing is, I've known a couple, I'm not like a fucking doctor or something, but I've known a couple people with alopecia. And, man, there ain't stubble. It just goes. It's just slick when it goes. That looks more like just pattern baldness, what she has. And the thing is, it's A-okay to make fun of that. Like, you know, like the thing is that is a thing that it's A-okay. You can say whoever in the world, that guy was making fun of me. I'm going bald, and you know, someone's response is going to be, well, too fucking bad, Chrome Dome. Like, it's just one of the things that's still completely okay for people to make fun of. I don't agree with that. But
them's the rules.
But that's just how it is, you know. So I'm calling bullshit.
All right. Well, that is a new take. I don't think anybody else has tried that one.
I have not heard that.
But anyways, he claims he didn't even know about the alopecia.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like I said, I think it was a hacky joke.
That's I said this on Twitter, and that's my sole opinion on this. I wouldn't have slapped him because the joke was offensive. I would slap him because the joke's irrelevant.
Right.
Like, G.I. Jane 2 is not... No one under 30 got that joke. And people under 40 don't remember it. I don't understand why that was the route he took. I don't know. This was stupid.
I have another take that other people have had, but leads to my second take that I haven't heard anybody have.
Okay.
The first one is, I also don't think he was slapping Chris Rock. He was slapping Regina King for the cuck joke. You know, that's what probably he is upset about. And I think even that was probably less about defending his honor and probably more about preserving his spot in his cult.
I do think that there is a point where for Will Smith, he's been the butt of a lot of jokes for 2 years now. He's just done with it. Right. I do think there's probably some truth to that, but...
And that's a perfectly rational response to all that pent-up frustration.
Also, man,
I'm not defending him. I'm just saying I think that's true.
And, you know, if we're gonna bag on Chris Rock being a hack, we should also bag on that was a really hacky performance to win an Oscar on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that movie looks like a Saturday Night Live parody.
Yeah, I don't think he should have won.
Right.
And has nothing to do with the slap. I just don't think he was the best person last year. Like, I'm sole team Andrew Garfield was the best actor last year.
100%.
Yeah, I don't know. The Oscars, just in general, I could not care less about.
These are both dudes that I like, but this wasn't either of their best moments.
Yeah, I have the controversial opinion. I don't give a shit like about either of it. Like I have no side on it.
You say that we've been talking about it for 5 fucking minutes now.
Yeah, but I'm not saying one of them is right and one of them is wrong. I'm just saying I don't have a side in this fight.
I mean, I think it's wrong to go to an event that a comic is hosting and get pissed off if you get made fun of. That is part of going to a comic event. You know, so in that, I am definitely on Chris Rock's side. Mm-hmm. I do think that was a hacky fucking joke, but he shouldn't have got slapped over it.
Yeah.
It's a victimless crime. You're too rich for me to care.
Yeah. I include Jada in that as well. Yeah. There's a certain point where all bets are off. I can't remember if we've talked about this or not, but I want to bring it up again. We've previously talked about a Quantum Leap reboot. However, we got the first major bit of casting, which is Ernie Hudson's going to be fucking in it, and I'm 100% on board.
So on board with that. That is just, he's going to be the Al character, right? That's great.
I
think the last time we talked about it, we were like running through who could be Al, and we couldn't come. And Ernie Hudson is just absolutely the right choice.
Yeah. Yeah, I honestly, I didn't know how. I was into the concept of this, but I wasn't how sure I would actually watch it. I will watch this.
Yeah.
Look, this isn't relevant. I don't know anything about Quantum Leap. I'm going to take this as my opportunity to come back to the Quantum Leap anime I watched several months ago because there was a bit about it that I forgot to mention that I think is really important. The show is called Link Click and is essentially just the anime version of Quantum Leap. But it does two things that I think are gravely missing in our world, which it has a theme song written for the show where the theme song is just the plot of the show, and two, that theme song is a bop. So, I just wish we could do that more. Anyway, carry on.
I'm gonna move to. I'm really curious to just hear if you guys are even excited for this. We got a premiere day for House of Dragons, which is August 21st. We saw some. I think the first time we've seen official pictures from the show. Is Game of Thrones relevant anymore?
No, it's not. But it's so fascinating to me, like the speed of Rise. I know people give like Avatar a hard time for being like the top grossing movie in the world to, nobody giving a shit about it now. I don't know if that's entirely true. I'm sure there are some people from the younger generation who are like, oh, this is like the magic of movies for the first time. Right. But, I don't know if you said this or I just thought this, but like I forged entire relationships on Game of Thrones back in the day. Like you could have somebody who you have nothing in common with, and you can just talk about Game of Thrones for every single day, right? For years. And now I have not thought about it. Nobody has mentioned it to me in I don't know 2 or 3 years now, and that show just fucking ended.
Right. They definitely should have waited longer.
Yeah, 100%.
The thing is, I probably came out of Game of Thrones the most positive out of all of us, and either I was just like I almost hurt myself with my eyes rolling.
Here's the thing: I think they got the wheels rolling when it was hot,
right?
And then it was too late to stop it. Because if they were smart, they could have just waited.
They filmed another show,
yes,
and they shit canned it.
Yep.
Right.
So they're way behind the 8 ball on this.
Yeah.
God, and going back, we were talking before we started recording about Morbius. Fucking Matt Smith, man. He just cannot. The guy was the doctor, and he peaked at like 26 years old.
I mean, he's also... There's a whole swath of actors in Hollywood that... I may have said this about Matt Smith before, but I'm tired of having to pretend like he's got a normal face.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how any scene he's in isn't constantly about people like, what happened to your face?
I mean, his whole brand is that any role that he's up for, Benedict Cumberbatch is also up for, and he's going to get. He'll get.
Yeah.
And then Matt Smith's left with no work. Or, then he turns it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I'm trying to think of the cartoon drawing exactly. I think it's maybe the drawings of the Diary of the Wimpy Kid.
Uh-huh.
But I feel like it's just that turned into a human.
Yeah.
Is what Matt Smith looks like.
It's such an odd shape face.
The thing is about this Game of Thrones thing, I don't know, man. Because like I said, we used to talk about this show for hours at a fucking time,
like every day,
and man, it's kind of a bummer to not be excited about this.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's just got such an uphill battle to kind of regain our imaginations. I was going to say, I think the one positive it has going for it is a lot of the blame at the end went to old D&D.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And because they're not a part of it, I think there's maybe some good graces there.
I'm not entirely sure that people are going to know that. We're going to know that, but I think most people coming into it are just going to be like, oh, I didn't like how the other one ended. Yeah, I also think, timing was important in that, Lord of the Rings had almost done the thing that you're supposed to do, which is leave before anybody gets tired of you. And leave them wanting more. And I feel like we had a gap between Return of the King to season 1 of Game of Thrones that was long enough for when that came. It was like, it's like fucking water in the desert,
Right.
I'm still full. I'm not ready for something like this again.
That's a great point, Joseph, because the interesting thing about this release date is it's 1 week after Amazon's Lord of the Rings show.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which one of those two are you least excited by?
That's a great question. I'm gonna go Lord of the Rings.
I think I am too, because I at the very least with this Game of Thrones thing, I don't think they'll get it wrong to start with. The Lord of the Rings thing, I just don't even know what they think they're doing with it.
Also, the cast in the Game of Thrones one, like Rhys Ifans is in it, Paddy Considine's in it. There's
all the other British people that they haven't used yet.
All the cast from the Full Monty. I like those guys.
Right.
So I'm excited for that part. I don't even know a person in the Lord of the Rings show. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be bad. This was just, I don't know, sad. Bruce Willis retiring from acting.
That is a bummer.
Medical issues, having memory loss and speech impediment, and it just sucks.
Yeah, I mean, look,
he's kind of retired from acting.
I was about to say that the joke is he's retired from acting since like 2000.
Yeah,
but now he's just retiring from being in movies.
I mean, I guess the biggest bummer for me is now I feel like all the jokes I've made about the shitty movies he's made are mean-spirited.
Exactly. Yeah, no, that's 100% what it is.
But yeah, it is a bummer. I mean, this guy used to be the king of Hollywood, and it's a bummer that there's no way there'll be a resurgence.
Right?
It's not It's not like
Nick Cage, who seems to be coming back.
Right.
I don't think I had such sad feelings about it until I read it's Rumor Willis and Demi Moore and their stuff about it. I was like, it was really sad to hear. And then I read an article about I guess a pitched Die Hard movie from a few years ago that he really wanted to make and they couldn't get the funding for, but actually seemed really good and like a proper send-off for the character, and now that'll never happen.
That sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks.
We'll end with a couple of trailers. First, we saw our first glimpse of Miss Marvel, which will be the next Marvel show after Moon Knight, debuting, I think, in June. I don't really remember much of this trailer, except for that Ian did not like it.
I mean, look, they're trying to do a genre thing again. It's like it's a high school coming of age movie, but with superheroes, and also told over 8 hours. That is kind of the problem with all these shows. They're all just movies turned into 8-hour versions or 6-hour versions. Yeah, I don't know. Like it doesn't look terrible. It just doesn't like excite me in any way.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I think the disappointment for me is that the comic is a pretty fun comic. I haven't kept with it lately, but at its launch, it was a fun comic. And she had a cool sort of semi-unique power set. They're just sort of giving her the same power set as Captain Marvel and actually giving her more of the original Captain Marvel's origin. I don't know, that's kind of a drag. That seems kind of hacky, but I think it'll be all right. I don't know.
In this, she's got like bracelets or something.
Yeah.
Really, I think telling that Marvel is just never going to touch Inhumans ever again.
Yeah, I think they're going to use the bracelets like their Green Lantern ring. She's going to make like constructs instead of herself stretching into the constructs.
See, that sounds interesting.
That also sounds easier to animate.
That probably is.
Yeah.
And, it probably is about, protecting the more profitable property, which is Mr. Fantastic. You don't want to do that.
I know it's like 2022. We've had put a man on the moon like 50 years ago. We've done some really incredible things. I still think we're like 20 years away from good stretchy man animation.
That's true. That's very true.
Do we think the bracelets are Kree in origin?
I think they are. I think they'll be the Nega bands. I think they'll be the bands that Quasar and the original Captain Marvel had.
Yeah, I think would be a cool way to tie it in. If you're going to do it differently and really make her connected. We know she is in the Marvels or the Captain Marvel sequel. Well, yeah, I don't know. It'll be fine, I'm sure.
The whole thing, though, kind of makes me realize, like, man, we need a Spider-Man TV show. Like, you can't really do Spider-Man right unless it's episodic. Because this is very much like, oh, this is cool. It's going to be a teen drama, a superhero show. But then I want to see the real teen drama. I want to see Spider-Man.
At this point, I mean, I think all of these shows I feel like have been better than Transformers. The only one that I really is just totally forgettable to me is Falcon and the Winter Soldier. This one feels like it could be the next one, but we'll see. Finally, I wanted to end with the trailer that I have liked the most recently, which is the new fucking Top Gun trailer. This movie looks so fucking awesome. I know Joseph probably not as interested in it as I am, but God, this movie looks cool.
I just can't believe that it hasn't. Like, it blows my mind that it hasn't come out.
Dude, I think 2020 was its original release date.
This was like one of the first one. I mean,
that got pushed.
Yeah, the very first one that I remember was Bond, but that was like months later. Like, this was supposed to come out like in April, and then when the world shut down in March 2020, they just like this just disappeared. And I was sure it had popped up on VOD or HBO Max or some other fucking Paramount bullshit or whatever.
The interesting point of that is Tom Cruise fucking hates that.
Yeah.
And it's almost completely ruined his entire relationship with Paramount. And he's got like one movie they just finished filming and another one they've already paid for. And he's talking about bowing out of all of it because they want to do like 45-day release windows or put that shit on Paramount Plus. And he is 100% against it.
I said this to guys, but I mean, I'm positive we talked about this on my very first phone.
Yeah, probably.
It has been a long time. But part of that, I mean, I think for this, sometimes that's, can be a bad thing. Like, you're holding off on a thing because you're trying to fix it. You're trying to make it better. I almost think that might be a positive for this thing. I think maybe they really believe that this is going to put some asses. It's really good and it's going to put some asses in some.
The excitement has seemed to have only grown.
I was about to say, I actually might have benefited from the fact that, like, I think we're a little bit post, like, not necessarily the peak consumption, but the peak interest in the superhero movies.
Right.
And I feel like this is like, this seems like something different. This isn't just something in spandex.
Yeah, I mean, I think to that point, it's what people... I think you'll get the turnout that people think Fast and the Furious would get, which is the summer blockbuster action movie that's not a superhero film, but those movies are at this point superhero movies, and we're tired of them. This will be that in a new package, and I think people will turn out for it. This trailer, I think, was the first time we got confirmation that Miles Teller is officially Goose's son.
Yeah. I mean, there was no way he wasn't. But
I don't know that guy's name. I just remember he was Dr. Green on ER. That guy looks like that fucking dude.
Yeah.
I mean, he looks like it.
Anthony something or something.
Yeah,
Anthony.
could be, yeah.
I know he's one of the Revenging Nerds. Yeah, I mean, that's good casting as a son for him. Yeah. And, it feels like, at least at the beginning, you need to dislike him as a little, and that's great, because it's easy to dislike Miles Teller.
Yeah.
He's one of, in fact, the easiest people to dislike out
of we find out that Iceman became an admiral or some shit like that. I don't know. I'm all in on it.
I like that because that's real life. Iceman would be the admiral, and Maverick would be still kicking around.
Yeah, 100%.
That's the real life, how those people would turn out. So I like that.
Tom Cruise looks so fucking good for 60 years old.
For sure.
He does.
It's insane.
It doesn't make a lick of sense. Scientology must be good for the skin.
I was about to say, I bagged on Scientology earlier when I was shit-talking Will Smith, but there must be something to it, because he still looks great. Will Smith still looks great. Travolta, I mean, for his age, still looks pretty damn good. He's heavy, but he's still looking pretty good.
Yeah. I don't know. This might be my most anticipated.
I mean, this is a catnip for Christian kind of movie.
Fucking. I went and saw the Blues practice twice this week. And I was like,
exactly.
Fucking Jets are so cool. Yeah, 100% it's catnip for Christian. But
which actually should be your spin-off podcast. Now that I'm saying it out
I
loud.
like it. Yeah, just shit I like.
Yeah,
catnip for Christian. Trademark that. And that's the news.
Hooray! It's been a little while. What have we been watching this past few weeks, guys?
I mean, listen, I could talk about I finally watched West Side Story. It's great. I told you this. The biggest problem with it is fucking Ansel Elgort's a pedophile, and it's hard to, ignore that when he's Tony and the lead of this film. And
Wait, I didn't know that. That dude...
Oh, dude, that guy, there's, lots of DMs that girls have released online of 16-year-old girls of Ansel Elgort being like, I'm in New York, fucking come to my hotel room.
Dude, why does anybody, if you're famous, communicate via text?
Yeah.
You're just giving that person... I mean, I'm not trying to tell pedophiles how to get away from a pedophile, but I'm just saying anybody. I would not... If you texted me, if I was famous and you texted me, hey, I'd like to do something with your Pepe, I would be like, let's talk on the phone.
Yeah, I just want to be clear. I'm not saying QAnon pedophile. This guy's 28 and wants to bone 16-year-olds.
Right.
That kind of pedophile.
Right. So, pedophile that in 1994 was just okay. Now
acceptable.
Now we agree is wrong.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that we're right now. We're right. We
were wrong in 94.
But there was a time not too long ago it was like, yeah, whatever.
I think I've told you guys this before. I watched Andrew and Amos or Andy and I can't remember which one it was. For Zach's podcast, Broke Box Office, and that year was the exact year because the whole premise of it, I mean, is that fucking Nick Cage is that exact kind of pedophile, right. And in the movie they give more moral shame to a married couple that uses sex toys than they do to a guy who is an active pedophile.
That is 1994. That 100% is.
And it's hard to ignore that when Maria in that movie, Rachel Zegler, was only 17 years old when she's fucking cast.
Right.
It's hard to separate it. The movie is fucking gorgeous. It is incredible to look at. The music is excellent. It was an amazing film. I would say it was the best movie last year. I think I probably still prefer Tick, Tick, Boom or Dune to it. Again, it all falls on Ansel Elgort. He's just, and besides he's being gross, he's not good as Tony. Everyone outshines him, and Tony's the main character. Yeah, I don't know. It's not, it's hard to separate it, but I recommend it. It's on Disney+.
Also a guy with a distracting face.
Yes. What else did I watch? Oh, I watched the new Halo show. The first couple episodes are out. Hard to judge what it's going to be, but I have some strong opinions about it right off the bat. Number
Not
one,
you.
Yeah. Number one, it's made by Paramount, so it fucking looks like Star Trek. There is so much of the costume design right off the bat before Master Chief shows up that you're like, I'm watching Star Trek Discovery. Like, this is the same fucking shit I've seen on that show.
Right.
Number two, it's really boring. For a thing that we waited like 15 years for, which is a live-action Halo show, it shouldn't be fucking boring. I mean, it's interesting enough to keep going, but what's funny is the showrunner for Season 1, who got fired, and they went ahead and greenlit Season 2, but brought in a showrunner, he didn't play the video games, and that's pretty apparent. It's closer to Star Trek than it is, I would say, fucking Halo. And finally, the thing I really want to talk about, which I'm sure Joseph will chip in as well. I don't like when shows treat me like I'm an idiot, and fucking Attack on Titan is treating me like I'm an idiot.
Those sons of bitches. Go ahead.
There is absolutely no way you're wrapping this show up in 20 minutes on Sunday.
No, 100% no. So it's important to note that last year, December of last year, sorry, when I say last year, December of 2020 is when they announced Attack on Titan, the final season, set to start releasing at the beginning of January. So that season came and went. It was very exciting. It kicked ass. Really great show. And then the story wasn't over. And then they're like, tune in for Attack on Titan, the final season, part 2.
To that point, it was like you found that out at the end of the last episode.
Yeah, 100%. So now they've gone through another fucking, I don't know how many episodes it's been. It's been, it's a pretty long running season.
27 episodes, I think, is this season.
Yeah, and 100%. I mean, the finale, heavy air quotes, is on this coming Saturday or Sunday, and it's just, there's no way. The rampant speculation is that there's a movie on the way, but they haven't announced anything. They haven't fucking told us anything. I mean, again, like, do they fucking think that we don't know that this isn't the end?
We have to be fucking idiots.
Yeah.
And, like, I get it. You're trying to build the anticipation, but you've already pulled, the rug out on me once. Don't fucking do it again.
Yeah.
The 10 years of waiting for Annie did not get the payoff I thought it should have. And that literally, it's been 10 years.
Yeah.
It's been 10 years of that girl just being sidelined, and all of a sudden she comes back to her being depressed and not wanting to be a part of the show. I don't know. Fucking, I didn't know. That part was dumb.
The picnic table scene is one of my favorites.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
God, just get to Sunday night when I've watched the show, and at least I know what happens next, because there has to be something.
100%. It's still a great show, and if we do the movie here, we've already decided that you're going to have to watch the whole thing. So
how much of it is there to watch right now? Because I kind of want to start this.
Yeah, so
4 seasons.
There's 4 seasons. The first season is really long. The second season is really short, and then the third and fourth season are.
I think it's 88 episodes total.
80 episodes is doable.
Yeah, it's. I'm going to compare it. If you're going to do it, you're going to do it all the way through anyway. But I'm going to compare it to The Wire in that the first season is great. You're really on board. It kicks ass, and then the second season is really confusing because you're just like, I didn't think this was what this show was. I thought we were watching a different kind of show, and then it gets a lot clearer after that, and it just keeps getting better. So
I mean, it's good all the way through, but the show almost season it changes what you think the show is, and now it's just totally different. Yeah, that's it.
It's good. It's still better than Transformers.
Yeah.
Even though they're toying with us.
Well, first of all, I want to make a correction from our last podcast.
Okay.
I said that the only person that makes good White Sabers movies is Robert Zemeckis, and I used the wrong Z name. It's Edward Zwick. Edward Zwick does. Glory. The one we were talking about.
I was thinking of fucking. Didn't Zemeckis do Forrest Gump?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and I guess there is a white saviour-y moment in Back to the Future where it's implied that Chuck Berry steals the idea for Johnny B. Good.
100%, yeah.
But I was talking about Edward Zwick. I was basically talking about Glory in the Last Samurai.
I've never thought about that moment that way, but it's kind of gross.
It's super terrible.
But,
your kids are going to love it.
I was so angry about Batman last time. I forgot to talk about the other thing that I'm angry about, which is fuck Amazon.com.
Okay.
Oh my God, fuck them. See, this probably won't mean anything to you, Joseph, but have you tried to use the new Comixology?
I have not.
It's so fucking garbage. It's awful. And it sucks being mad at Amazon.com because what are you going to do?
You can't do anything about
it. Like, if I'm pissed at Walmart, I can just not fucking go to Walmart. But if I decide I'm not going to order anything from Amazon, I'm punishing myself.
Right.
I'm deciding to drive all over town and still not find the fucking thing I'm looking for. It's awful. But basically, okay. First of all, my history with it, I wasn't that interested in it when it first came out. I was kind of a purist. I really was into, I want to see how the artists lay out the pages and stuff. I want to see it on paper. But Marvel started doing redemption codes that you get this issue and you enter this redemption code and you also get the digital version. And I started using them and I fucking loved it. Particularly with my failing eyesight, it was just fucking great for me. So I got super into it. Every time there were sales, I bought it. Every time, I kept doing those redemption codes. And, I built up a library of like thousands of comics on it. So Amazon.com buys them a few years ago. And, that's not going to be great because nobody ever buys something to spend more money on it. So the first casualty of it is they basically closed down the ability to buy comics directly from the Comixology app. You have to leave the app you're reading it on, go to the website, buy it, and then come back and read it. It's a pain in the ass. You could still buy it through the Marvel and DC apps if you wanted to, but then DC just closed down the app because of some other greedy shit they were doing. So, but it was still workable. So Amazon decided they wanted to merge Comixology with the Amazon store. And, I was just like, well, I just won't download the update. I'm not going to deal with that. But they killed it. They killed the app. So it's like, basically you have to download the update. All your comics are going to be deleted, but you can re-download everything. Immediately upon doing it, my library of 1,000 comics was down to like 300. So of course I flipped the fuck out. You can't talk to anybody on the phone. You've got to communicate via chat and stuff. Within a week or so, most of my comics were back, but I can still find ones and twos here that I'm missing. So I'll never know exactly what I'm missing because I had so many. But overall, it just runs like crap. It looks shitty. The searching through it is shitty. Just the user of it. Comixology was just so much better before they did this. And God, trying to shop on the store now is a fucking nightmare. You can't find anything. It must suck if you're an independent creator trying to put out a comic. You're just lost now. There's no suggestion anymore. It's fucking garbage. Has anyone ever... Because I think it's a common thing in life. The new update always sucks. Whatever it is. When's the last time you've been happy about the new update of Windows? Like sometime in the 90s? You know what I'm saying? But the update of the app, the update of whatever like streaming service you use or something, the new update's always worse. Has anybody ever just went back? Has anybody just ever said, okay, fuck it, you're right, this sucks, I'm going to go back to the one before? Like that's never happened, right?
Nope.
It's fucking bullshit. Whatever company does that, when they come out with their new update and everybody's like, hey, you've ruined my experience on this, and they go back, that'll be my company. That will be my brand. Because I tell you what this is fucking like. This is what this is like. This is like if I bought a Ford F-150 because I am a bricklayer and I needed the bed of the truck to haul my bricks.
I like that's why you think people buy a Ford F-150.
No, they buy it to be Trumpy assholes. But I'm saying this is why I would buy one.
Yep.
And then the Ford Motor Corporation somehow got bought out by the Schwinn Bicycle Corporation. And I went out in my yard the next day, and I had a bike. And they were like, oh, well, this is the service we provide now. I didn't pay for that service. I paid for the other fucking service. I'm just so fucking pissed about it. I hope when Jeff Bezos goes up on his fucking rocket ship, someone pushes him out the fucking door. I hope there's one geek on the flight and like, fuck you for Comixology and pushes his ass out the door. That's all I got.
I like that your segment on the podcast has just turned into like really niche geeky Andy Rooney.
It's funny because I used to be so positive, right? I used to be the most positive person on the face. Next week I'm coming with something positive because I've been really angry these last 2 weeks.
I do think, to your point about Amazon essentially being essential, I think Amazon has the worst user face of any fucking app out there.
It totally does.
All the time.
Yeah. Totally. If you aren't exact about what you're searching, you get everything but the thing you're searching for.
And they just don't care. They don't have to.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. They don't make money from that shit anyway. No. Shit, I don't know. I watched a lot of shit. As a kind of a detour from my normal thing, I started some new games recently. I played Nier Automata, or Automata, I don't know, at the behest of Zach from Broke Box Office, who really liked it. I played it. I did not really like it.
I feel like the last time Zach recommended something that you talked about on this podcast, you did not like.
We have similar tastes, but it's not dead on. It's fine. It's a lot of kind of Blade Runner-y style, like, you know, when is a sentient life form sentient, or when is a fucking machine life form sentient, blah 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 blah. It's not done particularly well. I don't think it's very contrived. The most upsetting thing about it is, and I'm sure you can fix this in the settings, but by default, the soundtrack is insanely loud, and it's just a lot of like operatic strings, and it's very distracting the whole game. Anyway, worse than Transformers. I finished the whole thing though, and then recently I've been playing Hades. Which you know, I don't need to sell it because it was like the game of the year and fucking everything. I will say it's a little bit more RPG-y than I thought it was going to be. Because my understanding was that you just restart every time. Like you're always trying to get to the same goal. If you die, you start from the beginning with your base set of nothing, and you have to just do the whole thing over again. You know, no help. But that's not true. There are little things you can boon up over time, and so it's kind of a mixture of. Like, you get better by, like, learning the game, learning the mechanics, learning the enemies, but you also get little boosts that I think they do in a subtle way that it doesn't make you feel like you're getting a boost up, but you definitely are. But yeah, it's better than Transformers. Look, I mean, there's a bazillion other fucking things that I can talk about, but nobody really cares. Oh, the only one that I do want to mention, just because I haven't mentioned it and spring's over, I'm never going to mention it again. There's a comedy anime that I watched that it's not even that great. It's okay. It's pretty fun. But, you know, it's a twist on, there's a bazillion versions of normal people from our world get sent to a fantasy world and have to battle a demon lord to get back to our world, whatever. But the premise of this one is it's two guys, and when they get transferred to the fantasy world, one of them stays exactly the same, and the other one gets turned into, like, the most attractive girl in the universe. And so their whole the motivation for getting through and defeating the demon lord is they want to destroy him and get out as fast as possible before they fall in love with each other. It's very funny. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's better than Transformers.
Right on.
Coolio.
Yeah.
I was going to say one more thing to our fives of fans. Next Friday, April the 8th, please come out and see my band, The Deadly Fists of Kung Fu, at Emerald Brewing Company at 7 p.m. with Faux Fox and Surrounder. It might be good.
That was your best radio anything you've ever
done. I know, right?
That was very good. Emerald Republic Brewery.
Emerald Republic Brewery, right.
Yeah.
Are you going to play the Peacemaker theme?
Man, that's a whole fucking thing. Okay. We were going to do the Peacemaker theme, but people who are not me flaked out on that. I had a dude set to do the dance. He had learned the dance, and he was going to do the dance, and we're not doing the song. It's bullshit.
It would have been great payoff for this podcast.
I know. By the way, I have a friend who is a listener of the show who is very upset with you guys that you haven't watched Peacemaker.
I mean, I'm upset with me that I haven't watched. I'm upset with myself for watching all these shows that I like, that I know that I like, that I haven't watched.
Well, see, like the Talk About TD pirate show, I know I would enjoy it. Right. I just haven't made time for it.
I will say, this friend could be wrong about this, but this was true up until recently. I don't think he's watched Fury Road, so fuck him. but he is really upset. It's like, you guys watch that D&D show, but you haven't watched Peacemaker?
If I ever actually catch up on Critical Role, I will have more time for other things.
Right. Yeah. I feel like that's going to enrage him more.
Maybe. But I think that's it. We don't have a plan for next week, do we? I mean, Moon Knight started, but we might wait on that.
Probably.
Maybe Morbius, but probably not.
I ain't making time to see it. I have all the time in the world right now, and I'm not
going to see it. Yeah.
I feel like I will have seen Morbius. I'm not going to guarantee it, but if I have, I'll be sure to talk about it.
All right, we'll take a look, see what looks interesting. But thanks, everybody, for listening. Please rate, subscribe, tell your friends about the podcast. Please come see Hurt on April 8th at Emerald Republic Brewery.
We'll be there.
We will be there. It'll be a phonies meetup. Let's tell your friends about the podcast. If you want to get in touch with us, tell us what news we missed. I'm sure there was something. You can reach us at realphonies@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter at realphonies, on Instagram, real_phonies. Thanks to Zach Evans for art and Brian Velasquez for our theme. We'll see you guys later.
Later.